And we are live. Welcome to the NBA Bit, little special MLB playoff edition. Started for little Sox Yankees playoff edition. But we are going to start here with the end of Cubs and Padres for a couple minutes. Sox game first pitch is 5:08, so we got a couple minutes here. Caitlin, you're telling me, man, got a little drink in hand. We're just hanging out. Got an old Sox hat on, super old, and got the old school tee on. I had to bring 2004 vibes, you know? It's funny when you look at the history of this thing. Prior to '04, the Yankees had owned the Red Sox consistently. Like, the Red Sox had such terrible history against the Yankees, and since then, it's '04, it's 18, it's 21 when we're celebrating on the Yankee field. So there is a history there of this team and parts of this core celebrating. So on Yankee Stadium. So I'm feeling good, feeling the history. Intrigued about Cam Shitler versus Connolly or Early. First time since 2020. The two rookie pitchers have been in a winner take all scenario. Yeah, man, it's unique. And Cam grew up pretty notoriously as a Sox fan from the Boston area. Um, he is someone who went to Northeastern, pitched for Mike Glavine. For those who don't know, that's Tom Glavine's brother. And Mike's had tremendous success at NU, just as a thought. And by the way, Padres here, down to the last two outs. Trap, what up, baby? And Cam caused a little controversy yesterday saying, I was outside, that he felt that he'd converted his family to being Yankee fans. Meanwhile, his mom still has a Red Sox fan in her Twitter bio. Mm. Oh, Trap, let me give you a VIP. Hit it. Wow. Back to back hit batters. Let me grab VIPs here in the new layout. In studio, here we go. We'll grab one from Banksy. Yeah, it's not a cutoff for now. All right. Trap, you should have full access to the game now. This guy Shea Corbett is not in, so we'll unassign it. Yeah, this is the upside trap of having full access. Is as a creator, I can give away like 20 of these per game for both NBA and Major League Baseball, so you can get access to watch the game. Who else we got in here? So hi, Kaylin, Trap and D. Appreciate y'all. Let me check. Do a quick look on Sox Yankees. Not available yet. Shall be on shortly in the next couple minutes. During a commercial break. I'll keep it on the lower left corner for me. Caleb, how's Knicks Sixers? All right, so this game is in. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to switch over to Red Sox Yankees. Okay. So we should be good to go. Spyro, what up, baby? Let me get you VIP pass. There you go. Game will be on in just a moment. Let me make sure we're good to go. All right. Yeah, shall be on shortly. Oops. Let me get you a VIP pass. There we go. There's a stream. It took a minute, but we got there. Do appreciate those of you following us on YouTube as well over on the On the Break Pod stream. Appreciate you, hoops. We're just here to hang out, watch little Sox Yankees, enjoy the historic rivalry. This is it's been such a fun season for those who have not really followed the Sox in particular this year. It's pretty interesting. Um, halfway through the year, they trade Rafael Devers, who was their best player, um, and they just had a really fun young team. It sucks that Roman Anthony, who's their top prospect and was playing really, really well, um, the final 2 months of the year got hurt for I don't know, last 20 games or so, something like that. And Roman probably won't be back for the remainder of the year, it seems like. So that is unfortunate, but we are where we are. And Caitlin, I do agree. I think Alex Cora is a better manager than Aaron Boone. It's so funny with Boone because Boone the manager is so different than Boone the player to me. Boone the player was like a burst of energy who gave a shit and was really in your face all the time. Whereas as a manager, he's just so stoic and so analytical, and that makes sense, you know, um, in terms of the way the Yankees operate. But hoops, I appreciate it. You know, it's a funny narrative, hoops. What I'll say is, prior to 2004, the Yankees owned the rivalry. Red Sox hadn't won the World Series prior to '04 in 86 years. It was the curse of the Bambino. They traded Babe Ruth in 1918, hadn't won a title since, basically. Then in the 2004 ALCS, uh, the Red Sox were down 3-0 in the series. It's a 7-game series, so you have to win 4 games. They're down 3-0. They were the first team in professional sports history to come back from 3-0, win the series. They vanquished the Demons. They go on to beat the Cardinals in the '04 World Series. Big moment in my life. Um, and then, they end up winning the title again in '07, 11, I want to say, and 18. So they've won 4 since, basically. Um, and, in terms of the way the rivalry has gone since, the Red Sox have basically won every major postseason series that matters. They won in '04, they won in 18, and then in 21. Kalen can correct me if I'm wrong on those series, but I believe that's correct. So this is a big moment for both teams. The Yankees get to vanquish some recent demons. The Yankees have only won one title in the entire century, while the Red Sox have won 4. The Yankees also, the most historic team in potentially all of sports, depending on how you look at it. They have 26 titles. So there for a long time there was an arrogance there with New York. That was earned. It was earned largely through the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, when they have some of the best teams in baseball history. 70s, 80s, 80s, not nearly as good. And then you have, the dynasty in the 90s where They win 4 titles there. The Jeter-led Yankees, and they go to I think 6 World Series. They win 4. Just crazy, crazy stuff. And then they haven't really won a ton since. Yankees were better this year, hoops. They tied for the division lead. They lost on a tiebreaker to the Blue Jays, so they're playing the wild card round. Sorry, in the wild card round, it's a 3-game series. Red Sox won the first game behind their ace Garrett Crochet, um, and then the Yankees won yesterday in pretty thrilling fashion. And now the Red Sox have a chance to eliminate the Yankees in the Yankees' house. Yeah, Caitlin, they were fantastic down the stretch, man. Pitching's been fantastic. You know, Max Fried has had a Cy Young level year. Carlos Rodon, who pitched yesterday, was fantastic. And the kid, Cam Schlittler, who's pitching tonight, has been great. Came into the league uh, in June and has been fantastic since. Got 3 pitches, fastball, change, and a splitter. As I mentioned, the Boston kid. Judge is still a Yankee hoops. Aaron is a monster human being. And Trap, yes, that Mets collapse was embarrassing. Jaron Duran to the plate for the Red Sox. Interesting choice to have Duran lead off. I'll say that. Controversial in Sox circles. Swing and a miss. Cam can throw like 97, 98. He got some heat. For the Red Sox, they have Connolly early, rookie pitcher as well, who came uh, in July. So I mentioned earlier, this is the first time since 2020. That one got up over got to 100. Cam is feeling himself. Hoops, I'd say Alex Bregman is probably their star. Um, Breggy won a couple of titles with the Astros. He's pretty nasty. Trevor Story as well. Fouled up, out of play. Their best player, honestly, prior to the injury, would have been the rookie Rowan Anthony. Roman was having such a fantastic year. It's a shame he basically tore his pec muscle and is out for a while. Trap, absolutely. There are elements of him in terms of what he throws. No, like so his fastball stays like 97, 98, but he can get it up over 100 as you've already seen. He's pretty amped early here. And he's basically only thrown fastballs so far. We're going to see fastball change, and then he has a slider. There's the cutter as well. Not going to drop into some baseball reference graphs for you, but we might do it in a couple innings. We'll see. Duran lines it out to Jazz Chisholm. 1 down. Nice job getting the nerves out for Cam Schlittler a little bit. Then we went fastball, 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 splitter, and then goes off speed. Trap, look, Connor's fantastic, man. He knows what he's doing. Um, he is a fastball pitcher like Schlittler. There's a sinker. Um, but against what is predominantly going to be a lefty lineup, we'll see how he reacts. Kalen, I think Cam will, honestly. I trust this Yankee bullpen a hell of a lot less. If Schlittler gets into trouble, I would not be particularly happy as a Yankee fan because that would be just difficult given the way this bullpen has struggled down the stretch. Personally, Trevor Story up for the Sox. Shout out on you, man. Happy to see my dog succeed, even if unfortunately he's pitching for the Yankees. Then Rice gets to start at first today, something he didn't have on Tuesday. Yankee fans are very upset about that. Jazz Chisholm didn't play, by the way, on Tuesday. Was the hero in game two. Um, had a fantastic game-saving play at second, where he didn't throw out the runner at first, but saved a run and then hit the game-winning hit. Hoops. So basically, so you can see in the upper, like right by where the batter is, it says Boston, New York, and then you see the base runners. When the pitch is actually thrown, it'll tell you whether it's fastball, split, or change. But you can actually tell based on the speed of the pitch. That's off speed. That's a curveball. That's going to be in fair territory. Oh, and Rice just can't get there. Generally, a fastball, and there's a bunch of different styles of fastballs, are going to typically sit in the 97 to 100 range in terms of speed. There's different styles. Some will kind of move up on you with more verticality. Some will sink on you a little bit, depending on the style of fastball. Then there's a curveball, being a ball that just kind of comes down. It's an off-speed pitch, and usually just kind of cuts through the plate. Then you have a slider, which looks a lot like a fastball, but it's usually going to sit anywhere between 87 to 93, and you have a changeup as well. A changeup looks exactly like a fastball, but may not necessarily have the movement of a slider, for example. Alex Bregman to the plate gets struck out 100 miles an hour down the plate. Yankees go 1-2-3 early. Oops, I hope that explanation made sense. So basically, the way that I would think about it is like a fastball is just going to be incredibly fast and it's going to have some level of movement, whether that's up, whether it's a little bit down, but it's just going to be a significantly faster pitch, as its name is. Changeup, going to have some movement, but typically is going to be significantly slower. And then sliders and curveballs are going to vary. Yep, absolutely. Pace and spin. Um, if you're ever into this kind of stuff, or if you ever end up wanting to learn more, my guy Adam Ottavino, who does have a channel here on Playback, but also has a YouTube channel called Adam Ottavino Zero. He deep dives into a lot of this stuff and will actually like show you with different verticality and so vert and slot and how that stuff works. It's fun. Oh, look, I'm here just to have a drink too, man. You know. Kaylin, 100%. There is a lack of clutch gene in this particular Yankees team, I would say. And that's the thing with this Red Sox team. More than anything else, in clutch situations, I trust them more than teams from the last couple of years. Um, you know, losing Devers hurts because he was such a great power hitter. At the same time, like I do trust this lineup inside and out. Um, Trap. That's a good question. I think for what most players would tell you, and what most pitchers would tell you, as far as the hardest thing about pitching, one, there's genetic skill in learning how to pitch at a high velocity. Some of that can be improved just by arm mechanics and getting to certain spots, but generally, high velocity is difficult. Learning types of pitches, if you know, there are some guys who can just pick stuff up. Conley early stepping in, by the way. Man, what a big spot here in Yankee Stadium. You'll notice Hoops Early's not going to have the same velocity as Schlittler does. Doesn't throw 100, but really technical pitcher. He is fastball heavy, but he's interesting. I actually think the toughest thing, Trap, is the psychology. So I think for a lot of guys, like there's the skill of having certain pitches, but I think it's knowing when to pitch them, knowing when in the count. Look at that sweeper. Um, by the way, a sweeper is a funny pitch because it's basically a slider, um, but it's a very very heavy off speed pitch, more or less. Anything that is a sweeper is a slider. Um, and there's a bunch of different styles of sliders you can throw, but whatever. I'm not going to get nerdy here because this is not the audience for that. Early 1 and 2. Ooh, just a little outside. Go the sweeper again. Drop, I'm with you. Pitching's fun. It was one of my favorite parts about playing baseball. I wasn't a particularly good pitcher, but I enjoyed it. Strikeout. Caught him looking. There we go. We go Connolly. Get him looking. You love to see it. Here's Judge, baby. Hoops, that is the strike zone. So in theory, that is where that is a zone from your knees to the top of your chest, basically, of where your strike zone is supposed to be. Here's the potential MVP Aaron Judge having an MVP type year between him and Cal Raleigh. Connolly, let's see how much he challenges him. Went off speed early. No pun intended. That's a shot. Willie Abreu makes a play. Anytime Judge is up, man, there's a pit in your stomach. You know, he's such a professional hitter, and he's just a little late, a tiny bit late. It's a great pitch to hit for Judge. Bellinger at the base. Ooh, the Sox get the 1-2-3 inning, and they get the shift. That's great scouting. A decade ago, that's a base hit. But the Sox, with great scouting, bring the shortstop over to the second base side. They retire the side 1-2-3. You love to see it. I'm gonna pour a little drink. It's great. Yes, I'm gonna pour. I'll be right back. We're back. Um, Hoops, what music do you want to listen to? I can throw some stuff on. Um, the thing is, in between innings, it's so quick. You're talking about roughly a 90-second, basically, interlude. Kalen, the Yanks have too many 10 pitcher less innings where they should want to make their rook pitcher work. Absolutely, particularly in this spot, man. I think for early, it was really huge to have a moment here where you get through that first inning, you get through those nerves, and it feels like any other games. Hoops, throw your questions out. That's what we're here for. You got Trap, you got Kalen, you got So High who never talks, but whatever. We are here for you. Trap Crochet was an awesome pickup. Tradition, honestly. 162 games is just tradition. That's all it is. And inventory. One of the reasons why the media deals are so lucrative for baseball is because they can fill all this summer inventory. That's the reason why the season is as long as it is. Yoshida stepping up to the plate for the Red Sox. Yoshida came over from Japan a couple years ago. Has been, I would say, a little bit of a disappointment relative to the contract, but has been one of their best hitters over the last month and a half. Not really hoops because, like, yes, it's a lot of games, but there's a lot of rest days in between. You're talking about basically a 9 month season, and for a lot of them, there are a ton of rest games in between. And two, it's not like it's as high impact as say basketball is, for example, relatively speaking. You're outside of pitchers who are basically going every fifth day. It's a very different environment. Hoops, most teams play 3 or 4 game series when they're on the road. And Kalen, your shoe was super clutch in game one. Ace hit. We love to see it. Got to get your turbulence in. Now, what I will say to Hoop's question, and Kalen kind of makes it chat, you are seeing with pitchers in particular, like a different style of injury that you wouldn't see in other sports. Like you see a lot more Tommy John surgeries and UCL injuries, meaning like injuries of the elbow. Um, but that's all relative. Rosters are 26 people generally. Now, there's also a whole minor league system filled with hundreds of players as well. So Dan Rafaela hitting in the 5 spot today. That's interesting. So Dan is someone who has kind of been a do everything player for the Red Sox this year. He's someone who they can have hit ninth, they can have him hit fifth, they can have him hit second. In this particular lineup, it's interesting. Having him hit fifth makes a ton of sense. 2-1 count here for Schlittler. Hoops, it really depends on how many games in a row you've played, how long this particular trip, we're gonna miss it too. It's really matchup dependent. Like that's the great thing about baseball is baseball is very much like, all right, let's say it's a lefty pitcher. We're going to try to stack the lineup with righty hitters because those are going to be better matchups typically. What you're trying to do is create the best matchups for yourself. Absolutely, it's like chess. Baseball is probably the game where it's most like chess, and that you're always playing matchups. 3-2. Rafael is going to foul that one off. Galen, you're not wrong. That is certainly the feeling in Yankee Nation. Boone versus Cora. What you're always trying to do is find an edge, and that's the case in any sport. But I think what's unique about baseball is your edges are so slim. Nice pitch, high and inside sinker. Was able to get Rafael on the swing cat. Um, he does foul tip it. He gets a piece of it. Um, you rotations are generally pretty set, so like before a series, for example, you have an understanding of who's pitching when typically. Now that doesn't mean that there are people who might get hurt or they have a day of pitching change for some reason. Those always happen, but generally you have like a lineup for a lefty, a lineup for a righty. Maybe you have certain intel on a guy that's very different. So you might want to switch up your lineups a little bit. Someone might have a better history. as Lowe steps in here for the Sox. Great pickup off waivers. Picked him up in July and has been fantastic over the last couple months. But once again, very much matchup dependent. Lowe fouls it off again, 0-2. So Hoops, this is like a good example. 0-2 count. If you're Schlittler here, you've worked through like halfway through the lineup. And it's a pretty unique matchup for you. 0-2, what do you throw? Try to throw something to get him to chase, right? Throws a four-seam fastball. But threw it high because he was expecting a fastball, just threw it a little bit out of the strike zone. So what you're trying to do is play on people's nerves, play on what people think you're going to throw. It's always a battle. Of the 26, so you have, your 9 guys in your lineup and your pitcher, and then additional relievers will come in depending on how many inside. Additional relievers will come in depending on how many pitchers your starting pitcher throws. But usually, you're probably looking at like 11 to 12 on an average game. Hoops, I can do that. Schlittler with the pitch to Lowe for the Sox. Fouls it off again. Schlittler with a 2-2 count for the Yankees. Fouls it off again. Lowe with a hell of an at bat. He's 7 pitches in here, I think, roughly. Kalen, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Kalen, by the way, if you want to jump on stage, feel free. Happy to have you jump on bullshit. Always good to have a Yankee perspective. Oh, that's a strike. Called strike. Got him. So he went inside with the fastball on the last pitch that he fouled off. So they're going to show the full pitch here, which is good, I think, Oops, to give you an understanding of kind of like the psychology of it. He was sitting on something else. Narvaez sitting in the 7th spot tonight. Let me see. Yeah, 7th spot. Kalen, you good? 99 on the outside corner, just missed Schlittler. Oh man, that just hurt my soul. That hurt my soul, baby.
What's up, man? How you doing?
A little of this, a little of that. Good seeing you, buddy. I haven't seen you in a couple months.
Since
Ground ball.
Yeah. Oh my.
You won't be there for a second.
He had the yips early in the year. His defense has come back around to what we expect.
Oops, correct. If it's in the strike zone, typically it's a strike. Now, because umpires are human, there is a human element to this, right?
But so next year, ABS.
That's a whole different conversation. We're not going there for Hoops. She's new.
right.
New to this. But for baseball, generally, you have the strike zone, and then the umpire's interpretation of the strike zone, and every umpire is a little bit different. Boston based. So how you feeling, buddy?
I mean, it's like I've been saying this. I feel like for a 3-game set, Boston is like the worst matchup that they could have drawn because Boston's going to accentuate everything that the Yankees are bad at, which is fielding and doing the little things right. The thing about
if they blood in the water, they will pounce.
Exactly. I think about the way the Yankees, especially under Boone, have been built. Is they in the regular season they are a bully. They will
Yes,
beat up on bad pitching and on the White Sox, and they'll put up crooked numbers and bash their way to 90 plus wins. But when
they
you get
are the king of analytics, and that kind of like similar to the Red Sox or similar to the Celtics in some ways, right?
yeah,
Like they are built on we're going to hit a lot of homers, we're going to strike out a lot,
yeah,
and we might try to maximize some stuff on the base pass when we can, but by and large, it's home run or bust.
yeah, and the
There is
difference
very little small ball in the way the Yankees play.
and the difference with the Celtics can do that because basketball and baseball, like in terms of the randomness that comes into play,
Right.
like there's a lot less in basketball, whereas really in baseball, the playoffs really are a crapshoot. A lot of the times, it's just the team that comes in hottest and is playing the best. More often than not, will go the deepest.
Hey, Connolly Early, you got this, baby. You know, just a 5 times increase on the road than any other game you've ever played. You're good, baby.
Yeah,
You know, this is a New York Boston thing, so it's a real thing. Dude. There's real hate. And to be fair, like the history had favored, as I mentioned to start the broadcast, like the history had favored the Yankees for generations. Nice pitch. Ooh,
just missed. Yeah, but it has come back around.
but this century things
Boston's way in a big way.
have boomerang back this century. You know,
Boston's been more up and down, but when they're up, they've finished it off.
ooh,
Ooh,
big G.
I love that.
Giancarlo standing at the plate. Galen, how have you felt about Big G's season this year?
I mean, if he played the whole year, he's had one of his better. Like, if you like,
Gone.
oh my god, I love him so much.
Oh wow, it hit.
Oh, I thought that was out.
So did I. Is he dead?
Oh
Oh,
my,
that was. Ooh,
oh, that was that close.
that was middle of the wall. That didn't even hit the top of the wall.
What was it? If he played the whole year,
I would love to see how hard that ball was hit. I want to see if that was
114.
hit.
Oh, it says it.
114 miles an hour
That is-
is a velo.
He thought he had it.
Let's see.
Bottom of the wall.
Oh my god, got real close. Caitlin, introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, Hoops for Life. I'm Kalen. I'm just a fan of Weiss. I'm pretty new to the playback thing. Me and Weiss started chopping it up back in the NBA playoffs this past year.
I know Kalen threw hoops tonight. Nice pitch. Which is Jason Temp's channel. And Kalen started jumping on as a Knicks fan during Knicks Celtics. So.
Yeah, there was too much Boston love. I had to break that up. Well, while that was going on.
But he is an all New York person. Unfortunately, he's a Giants fan, which, take that for what it's worth.
Even in victory, we can't have nice things. Even we win, we lose Malik Neighbors.
You got a couple wins against Tom Brady. Shut the fuck up.
All of New York sports was peaking right when I was too young to like really grasp like what was happening. I was like 11 or 12, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And then I grew up, and all the teams went to shit. Not fair.
1-2 count. Here for early. Getting in a little bit of trouble off the Stanton double. Got him. Nice pitch by Connolly early. Second K tonight. Look at this pitch, Kalen.
I do support the dub. I love Dart. I love his aura. They got a great
Are
chance.
you a Liberty fan? I don't even know how much you watch.
I am a Liberty fan. I'm a little more casual with the WNBA. I did that statement they made against the commissioner. Who was it, Nafisa Collier?
The fee statement. Look,
That
Fee's a
was
dog,
something
man.
else.
That woman knows what she wants. She understands the business, and the fact that she made that statement when she made it. And by the way, I should note, like, referenced all the great young players in the league, Paige, Angel, CC. I should also note that CC and Fee share the same agent. I think that's pretty important to note.
Yeah.
But Fee's fantastic, man. Love Fee. 2-0 count here for Early. Once again, in a little bit of trouble. On the outside part of the plate, Ahmed Rosario. Off speed. Ooh. Got a hold of that one, but just foul. Hoops, you don't like best of 7? I love best of 7 for Hoops.
It was best of
Early 2-2 count. Rosario fouls it off again. Just foul. Ooh. If Bregman touched that and that was fair, that's a double. Oh, it was already foul.
Yep. Best of 3.
Early 2-2 count again to Rosario. Base hit scores runner. Abreu, cheat, fly out there. Runner stays at second. Stanton, not exactly known for the speed.
Yeah. So this is
going to stay.
So it's going to take
second.
Whereas a normal like deep hit would probably get someone in, you're going to need a real deep something to get.
So
him.
Hoops, one of the things that a player can do is you can do what's called tagging up. So if the fly ball is deep enough with less than 2 outs, they can tag on the base and advance to the next base, more or less. Jazz Chisholm at the plate, the hero of Game 2. Great pitch. Couldn't call that just a bit outside, though. My only thing with 7-game series generally is like it's about the format more than anything else, whether it's 2-3-2 or 2-2-1-1-1. I think that always matters a bit more.
Oh.
Ooh. Didn't love that from Early. Great play. Was that Story who made that play, Kalen? Came over to make a save?
I think so. I will say, if Jazz hit like a triple, I think he would catch up to Stanton at home plate with how fast he is and how
that Story.
Not fast Stanton is.
Who or what made me fall in love with baseball? Ooh, Hoops, you're asking a deep question. Great pitch. By Early. 1-1 count. Kalen, you go first. It's a good question.
I'll be honest, I was later to baseball than I was other sports. I was big into it when Jeter was in his heyday.
Nice pitch.
I sort of was in and out. Then when I went to my roommate, what is a diehard Yankee fan, and he got me like fully back in. So I guess for me it was Jeter. That's what got me in.
So let me wait till after the inning because I have a deeper answer. It's a little more emotional, thoughtful. I'm
okay.
Because it's an important question for me in terms of baseball. Baseball is a sport that I've probably fallen in and out of love with, depending on the time period. But we'll get into it. Didn't Jeter cheat? Jeter didn't cheat. There A
lot of people have cheated.
A lot of people cheated.
A lot of people have cheated. He was not one of them.
Now, did he cheat on relationships? Yes, but that is a different conversation.
Different.
Derek Jeter had himself some.
He was dating.
That man lived in the 90s.
Yeah, it was good being a Yankee in the 90s. It was good being the captain of the Yankees.
Yeah, if you want to see people being dastardly people, there was people have made full baseball diamonds of women that Derek Jeter has dated. Put it that way.
Oh,
you know. Jazz Chisholm 2-2 count here. Runner on second. Yankees have a chance to score here on Conley early. Jazz flies out. Oh, fouled back. Wait, Jazz reacted to that. It looked like he might have flied out. Game 3 of the AL wild card. Winner advances to the ALCS. Loser goes home. Strike 3. Got him. Conley early. Back to back. You love to see it from the kid. That's the K. All right. So, Hoops, you asked about the thing that made me fall in love with baseball. So I'm going to turn down media for a second. So in my family, the Red Sox were the sport. Don't get me wrong. Like I ended up a really big Celtics fan, obviously. But for me, baseball was my thing growing up. And for my dad in particular, he's someone who grew up in the 50s with Ted Williams. And then you have, just to give you a little bit of like long-term storytelling with the Red Sox, you have, the heartbreak of 69 and, in 1984 where Bill Buckner lets the ball go through his legs. And, pretty consistently throughout my father's life, the Red Sox had failed him. And by the way, this dates back a generation. The Red Sox last title was 1918, so my grandfather didn't see a title in his lifetime. So the Sox were like a family tradition for us. And thankfully, I was lucky enough to be able to go to games pretty regularly because my dad was an executive with Fleet Bank, which eventually became Bank of America. Fleet was like a regional bank. But was like a pretty big regional bank, would be the way I would describe them. And I got to go to games all the time as a kid. But I knew one of the things my dad always told me was, the Red Sox are going to fail you at their best moments. So understand that failure is a part of being a Red Sox fan. And 2003 hits. I'm in my freshman year of college. Kalen, you were just a young buck back then. But
I was 1 year old. I was born in 2002.
I'm in my freshman year, and the Red Sox, they keep Pedro Martinez in just a little bit too long. Aaron Boone, who's the manager of the Yankees, it's a home run to send the Red Sox home. Aaron fucking Boone. And I cried myself to sleep that night because it's the first time that really broke my heart. And following year was 2004, go down 3-0 to the Yankees. We lose game 3, 19-8. Mind you, the Red Sox hadn't won since 1918. I got offered tickets to go to game 4. And I just couldn't go. I couldn't bring myself to it. It's the ALCS. I just couldn't go. And win game 4 in the Ortiz homer in the 12th. Game 5, they went on the Ortiz homer in I think it was the 11th of that game, I think. And then game 6 is a Kurt Schilling, Reds like bleeding through his ankle. So he has a red sock. Literally, they end up winning that game. Then Tim Wakefield in the in Game 7. They end up winning late because Dave Roberts, who's now the Dodgers manager, ends up stealing second, get a base hit. Roberts scores. They end up winning the game. Mind you, off the best closer in baseball, Mariano Rivera, and they go on to win the series. I end up sprinting out of my dorm room. I'm actually living at the time. Caitlin, you'll appreciate this. I was living with my guy, Adam Ottavino.
Yep.
It was me, Otto, Dave Pellegrini, who ended up playing for the Angels for a while in their system, a couple other guys. Otto had left to go to New York, but he was like a diehard Yankee fan. Ended up pitching for, coincidentally, the Yankees and the Red Sox. And it was just a thing, man. It was cool. They ended up winning the World Series in a sweep. And honestly, that night when they won Game 7, it was just a release. Like, I remember talking to my dad and, like, having that phone conversation. That was really cool. So, yeah, it was just, like, one of those things, man. It was that's one of those nights that, like, they're like trigger moments in your sports fandom, and that's certainly one of them. The funny thing is, the Red Sox ended up winning significantly more titles, obviously. So Romy Gonzalez steps to the plate and strikes out. They win in 04, win 11, win 18. It's just like you go through that process, and after each title win, there's a little bit less of that you give a shit, if that makes sense. At the same time, to Hoops' like broader question, the thing that gave me the joy of baseball is like playing it at a young age, but also the family environment of what that was. So yeah, that's the long version of what made me fall in love with it. Good question there, Hoops.
I'm glad I went first. As following that up would not have been as impactful.
Early pitching fantastic. Through though a pretty heavy pitch count. 46 through 3. Now he's getting through the second round here. So Hoops, this is really important. So typically, one of the things that ends up happening is guys get a better feel for what you're doing pitching wise. The second time that you go through the order, the third time you go through the order. And that makes sense logically. Nice pitch. Got the K. Drop third strike. He gets K. That's the inning. 50 through 3. Well, like the funny thing about that, Hoops, is like you get older and there are moments that matter in your sports fandom that are so different from like the Celtics winning in 08 was kind of funny because like that was the first one for me from a basketball perspective that really mattered. That 08 Celtics team, but like I actually really related way more to 24 than I did to 08. Some of that was time, like just simply the amount of time from winning the title. But also I feel like the process by which like this particular group of Celtics won the title mattered a hell of a lot more to me. Like I'd seen this Tatum Brown group go through like different versions of it. And it fundamentally mattered to see that group of dudes win. Whereas with the 08 team, it felt a little microwavy. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it felt like, oh, we got Ray Allen, we got KG, we can win. And they did. Whereas with the 2014
Tatum and Brown grew up, they were drafted to the organization.
Yeah, like that shit felt earned. You know? So that's one of those things that like I think like your emotional attachment to a team matters, and how you go through a process matters too. And it's all relative, I think, for everyone. Um, Hoops, yes. So it's the same dude pitching and same lineup through the innings, but like pitchers can be swapped out depending on matchups. And also, you can definitely have pinch hitters, but pinch hitters are far more rare until you get like later in the game, typically. Because what you're trying to play for is situational baseball.
Yep.
Usually, you put your starting lineup in to maximize that lineup. One thing I'll note here is Early's done a really nice job of pretty quick innings so far.
Yep.
Shohei is a freak of nature. What he does is so unusual in terms of.
There's a reason he's getting. There's a reason that the Dodgers are paying him what they're paying him.
Yes.
There's. I think he's pitching game 1, right? Versus the Phillies.
I think so. Shohei is so crazy. Like the crazy thing about Shohei is the velocity with which he pitches. You know, he pitches like 97 to 100. Woo! Goes outside, but I'll take it. 2-2 count here. Anthony Volpe, just a quick aside here in terms of side story. Kaylin, how have your feelings on Anthony Volpe been throughout the year?
Oh, man. I mean.
Got him.
I was more mad at him at first, but the more I was just more mad at the Yankee organization for trying to prop this kid up. And it feels like he's been trying to live up to the shadow of Jeter out there. And when
Provide the context.
Yeah. And when
he went into context for Volpe in terms of process.
Like, it just felt like he was like Boone, even when he was struggling at his worst, Boone would just keep throwing him out there. And it's like you got to sit him down. You got to do something with him. He's just thinking too much out there.
So the way I would just frame the Volpe stuff, because I think it's interesting in terms of process. Early 1-0 count here to Trent Grisham, leadoff hitter for the Yankees. Volpe is someone who the Yankees proclaimed as like their next big shortstop prospect, and like basically the next Derek Jeter. Was
kind of passed on premium free agents as well, because they're like, no, we got this kid.
And had a great rookie season. And last season it was kind of so-so. But the big question has always been the fielding. And last year he was pretty terrible fielding-wise, but this year went from bad to worse. He was arguably the worst shortstop in baseball in terms of fielding baseball. It had more errors than anyone else in the league.
Basically. He had like 19 errors, like halfway through the
year.
Crazy.
I was 0-2 or 0-1. Thought he got the K there. My bad. Called that early.
I think his fielding has been there. It's his approach at the plate. Like, he shouldn't be a guy that's trying to hit homers. He should be trying to.
Woo! We'll take that one now, dude. Conley early. Have yourself a legacy night, potentially. 5 strikeouts trap. Coming in at his age, a rookie.
He's my age.
He's only been in the majors for 2 months. The kid is baby-faced. And he is having himself a night.
Here's Grisham.
They said it. Trent came around on a fastball. Spot coming.
Talk about a surprise here. Trent Grisham. Where the hell did 34?
Talk about
where the hell did
having
34
a narrative season. 30 homer season was not expected from Trent.
He was the throw-in in the Soto trade.
Yeah. Hoops, to your point on Shohei, yes, he is. I think it's like $690 million of his money is
deferred.
Yeah, deferred. And Aaron Judge is up. Suddenly, my heart is racing, not for good reasons.
I mean, his numbers just don't like. They just don't.
407 batting average.
It doesn't. His numbers don't make sense.
No.
They just everything about. Oh, it doesn't make sense.
Come on, Connolly. Nice pitch. With that curveball. Oops, there's not a women's version of the major league that I'm aware of. 1-1 count here for early. To Judge. Ground ball. Greggy goes across the diamond. You love to see it. You love to see it.
The longer this goes.
For context, for Hoops, who's not a baseball fan, Aaron Judge is if Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant combined into one person in terms of skill. That's how highly I think of Aaron Judge.
And in this year, in the baseball context, he's the last person to win the batting title and hit 50 home runs was Mickey Mantle in the 50s. Like that, you either hit a lot of homers or you make contact. You don't do both.
You don't hit for on base percentage. What did he hit on for OBP and slugging this year?
Was it 700? 700? I don't even 690. I don't even. If you set like the MLB like video game on like rookie mode.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what he does. More or less. It's very frustrating.
Imagine if he left. If he was a Giant.
CMC, 68 total yards plus a TD. Damn. Good thing I'm not playing CMC this week. Oh, Caitlin, did I tell you I'm in a fantasy league with KD and Tatum?
I think I saw you mentioned that somewhere. Yes, and you beat. Did you?
I beat KD this week.
Who's
Trap? Are you in the league with us? I know Hoops isn't in the league. It's through Eddie Gonzalez's Discord. A whole bunch of us are in the league. It's fun.
My team is. I got very unlucky with injuries. I'm going through a stretch right now with my team.
Yeah, K's team has not been great this year. I'm not going to say what the record is, but it hasn't been great. We'll let that lie. Although he drafted well. JT's been fantastic though.
Really?
Yes.
He's got. He had more time to lock in with the rehab.
Dude, K drafted from a Drake concert.
That's right.
Do I think they should be like? I'd love to really beat a women's baseball league Hoops. That'd be awesome. Honestly. Last one to the second part of a look here. Edge shortly.
Yeah, the Mac Jones Niners are up 14-0.
Trap. I assume we're going to be doing a basketball league, but obviously the guys that we know who we're affiliated with on the professional side can't exactly participate in the basketball league. You know,
you should get Jonte Porter for your league. You should get all the guys that have been like exiled.
We do have a lot of the Eddie associated guys are in the football league, so that's fun. I mean the ball is much bigger Hoops for the women's league. Softball is significantly bigger.
Also, the way you pitch the softball it's not overhand.
You're going like this, it's underhand. Fly out here for a story. Good old fashioned pitcher's duel. Middle of the fourth here.
They're gonna try and test Judge's suspect arm right now if they get the chance.
If you're Kalen, if you're the Sox here, if you can push Cam to about 70 pitches through 5, I think that's where you want to be. Like,
absolutely.
Cam Slittler's pitched really well so far. I think he's only given up one hit. and that's going to be another flyout. Early's given up 2 hits, but the difference is the Sox process has been a little bit better in terms of working the count a little bit.
Yeah, so there's had to work a little bit more for his.
But he's gotten at it, like, got out of that jam. I think it was in the second.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good for himself.
Yoshida did get that base hit. He was the only one who got the hit.
He's still throwing hundreds out there.
Five Ks for Schlittler, 5 Ks for Early. Oh, what a pitch. 100 on the corner on a sinker. Oh, that was high.
Yeah, that's not where you want to throw the sinker.
That's not where you want to be throwing a sinker.
But if you're going to throw it 100, I guess you get away with it.
Got the 0-2 count, though. .92 in the corner. Oh, that's interesting. It's a base hit.
That's his second hit for Yoshida. He's like 4 for 5 this series, right?
Dude, Yoshida's last month has been fantastic. And I know people have criticized Yoshida given the expense the Red Sox paid for that contract, but he's been unbelievable. To Dane, that's going to be a ground ball. And Cam is right out of the inning. He's at 58 pitches through 4. 3, 4, 5 coming up for the Yankees. Let's see how Connolly Early handles it the second time around. That was interesting. Had a bigger social media account just hit me on a DM on something. That was interesting. Anyway, we got ourselves a ball game, folks. Like, if Connolly can get through 3, 4, 5 here, largely getting unscathed, how long do you think Cam goes? Do you give Cam another 2 innings?
I mean, I just let him go as long as you can, especially with the. I meant to ask you this: the stat with these best of 3 series is the team that wins game 1 has won almost all of these, and I think it's been more because in the second game managers tend to, be a little more careful with the bullpen because they know they've got the game 3. I was kind of shocked at how many pitchers Cora threw out there yesterday. Does that worry you at all for this game?
Not really. To me, this is one of those deals where, given the bullpen, the Sox bullpen has been pretty good, over the past couple months. There are a couple guys that I'm not thrilled with in the pen, like relatively speaking, kind of with where the roster is. You look at the depth chart, for example. Basically, it's, obviously Chapman's your closer, so that's, and Aroldis has had a historic year for context. One of the best pitching years ever.
He didn't have to pitch yesterday as well.
He did warm up, though, which I think is important.
He did warm up.
Whitlock, Slatton. I know Whitlock pitched yesterday. But, they're both fantastic. Justin Wilson has been really good. I don't love Mats, depending on matchups. I know the Sox do, but it is what it is. That's kind of where things are. Relatively speaking. I think one thing to look at is when you bring those guys in, if Early can get through the sixth and you get to Whitlock, Slatton, Chapman with a lead, I wouldn't say that's lights out, but that's close. Now you go up 2-0 with those three, I'm good.
I mean, I think especially like rookies in this setting, you don't know how they're going to react. He keeps this up. Alex Cora's got to be
I
thrilled.
think getting through the first is really important for someone like him.
Yeah.
Being in a 50,000 seat stadium does not bother this kid so far. I may eat my words. That's kind of where he is. Nice pitch. 84 mile an hour changeup. Now he's mixed and matched. Now we've seen that changeup as low as 83. We've seen the fastball, the splitter. He's throwing a little slider here and there. Got the sweeper technically, but that's a slider. There's a sweeper. For context, for those that don't know, like the difference between a sweeper and a slider, it's just like a difference of the pitch grip, but functionally it's the same thing. All sweepers are sliders. That's gonna be popped up. That's a base hit.
Oh, he dropped it.
It's a double.
This is where it starts to get interesting for Early.
Yeah, that's on Abreu.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, Sedane just missed it.
It's a hell of an effort.
All right, so this is where things get dicey. No outs, running around second. Staying at the plate. A part of me, I don't know how you feel, Galen. A part of me wants to walk Big G.
Yeah, I mean, first base is open. He hasn't hit great this series until that last at bat. But
if you can try to induce a double play, that'd be ideal. Trap, not yet, not that I've heard.
Yeah. Usually they cut to it if someone was more.
This is a big moment. 93 inside. Early. 2-1 count. Fouled off. 2-2 count. Remember, Early hit that shot. Or sorry, Stan hit that shot that went off the wall. Ooh. Try to get him to chase on the changeup. Full count. Like, I don't mind walking Stanton here as a relative thing.
Yeah.
Because it does bring up a good situation to get a double play. Foul off. But I think for Connolly Early, this is a moment that you're battling. 57 pitches in. Bottom of the fourth. In Yankee Stadium. Can you get Giancarlo Stanton out? Got him. Ooh.
Oh. That's the eye, Big G. That was inside, I think. Good eye. You start warming someone now?
I would assume so. So Andrew Bailey coming out to the mound. Bailey is a Sox pitching coach. Bailey played with the Sox from 12 to 13. Played with the Yankees as well. He was a major leaguer from 09 to 17. But this is his first year with the Red Sox. Huge moment here for Connolly Early against Ben Rice. Running around first and second. Inside strike. Sinker, 93. Trap, they have not indicated someone's warming up. I would assume there is, though. I would assume they have Slatton warming up. Or Matz. Ooh. Sweeper got him going early. 0-2. 83. Oh, 2 count. Can't really get out of a jam here a little bit. Got him.
Whoa, 3 pitches.
6 strikeout for Early.
3 sweepers low.
Well, he went curveball, I think, with the last one, but yeah.
Yeah, right. Travis, right. Rice does not. The lefties do not hit. Lefties.
So runners on first and second here. Ahmed Rosario, the 6th hitter, at the plate. Can they get the ground ball double play here? Rosario, that's a base hit. Runner should score. Bellinger on the base pass. Goes to home. He's at safe. Yankees up 1-0.
That's why you put Rosario in there.
You don't love any of that. It's a good base hit. Good throw, too. Brutal. All right, Early. See if you can limit the damage. Runners on first and second. Jazz in the spirit of game 2 at the plate. The Yanks drop first blood. Base hit. That's going to score a run. Ooh.
That would if it was anyone but that guy.
Anyone but Stain, that's a
anyone
run.
but that guy, that's a run.
Jazz should have an RBI. The hell of a throw by Willer Abreu, though. So he held up thinking they might be caught.
Yep.
And then Abreu with a beautiful one-hop ball. Anthony Volpe, the villain for most of the year for the Yankees, pops it up out of play. You want to talk about someone who was villainized by most of Yankee fandom for a good portion of the year? It's Anthony Volpe. Volpe has a chance to redeem himself in a big spot.
Listen, in New York and in these places, good Octobers will wash away all the pains of June.
All of his errors. That's base hit. And he's going to score. Throw is high, but Early backs it up.
Let's go.
any of this. I don't like any of this.
Love this.
Wow,
Is that Early's last batter?
sucks. It's not great.
Score come out now.
Two nothing lead here for the Yankees. They have officially gotten the Red Sox in some trouble.
Still 1 out, bases loaded.
Can I really limit the damage to only 2? Grisham fouls that off. Well, sorry.
He does not. Because when Volpe's back, he tries to pull everything. He does not hit enough to the opposite.
Wells
field.
fouls it off. 2-2. Can Early just get out of this jam and limit it only to 2 runs?
Yeah, but the Yankee bullpen, 2 runs is not. Don't think anyone should feel comfortable with.
Fouled off again. It's probably Early's last inning, I would guess, at 70 pitches.
Probably.
I don't think he comes out for the 5th. I would guess they go Slatton, Matz, depending on matchups.
Yep.
Whitlock, and then Chapman. Can be low. Count is now 1-2.
That's what you were talking about there. Second time through the order.
Exactly.
Different story.
Pun intended. And the pitch. Well, that was a very hittable pitch for Austin Wells. Early with the pitch. Ooh. Just outside. Bases loaded. Outside.
3-2. If he walks well,
And this is the moment for Connolly Early. 3-2 count. You don't want to walk in a run.
If he walks and run, this is his last batter.
I think he's done after. I think this is probably his last hitter. I would guess.
Yep. Yeah. Someone's got to be warm in there by now.
Fouls it off.
Whoa! Whoa!
The calling interference. Navarro's had this happen earlier in the year twice in back-to-back games. There's no interference there.
No, that's the ball. That's not the bat.
That's not interference.
That's why Wells didn't move.
They were reviewing this, right?
You can review that, right?
This is not catcher's interference.
That's the ball. That's not the. That's why Wells did not move. He knows. He knows he didn't hit the glove.
There's not a time limit, Hoops. There is a pitch count,
There's a
basically.
pitch.
Red Sox saved themselves a run with a review, but it's
It's good.
bases
Yeah,
are still loaded, 3-2 count for early. And by the way, this is one of those things that matters because you have to
Yep.
go through this here. So now early has to keep thinking about it.
Yep.
A pitch count, Hoops, is how many pitches you have that you've thrown.
Yep.
Pitch counts vary for each pitcher. Early, 76th pitch.
Oh,
That's gonna be a base hit.
yes!
2 runs you're gonna score. Yankees are now 4-0. That might be enough for this Yankees bullpen.
Second time through the order, killed him, man.
So, Hoops, just as an FYI, typically, like, your pitch count is, like, how many times a pitcher is pitched in a game. And normally, depending on the pitcher, it can vary. It can be 80 pitches. It can be 100 pitches. It can be 50 pitches when you decided to take someone out. Usually, it's around 80 pitches when you want to take someone out, 80 to 85. Runners on first and second, though. 4-0 lead here for Cam Slitler now.
I'm shocked that Early is still out there.
Yes, consecutively. It's how many pitches you pitch consecutively. Still 1 out. There is a runner on second. Could be tagging.
Nope.
Oh, he got him. Oh.
Oh! That was close. Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Did they get
who
him?
started that.
Oh, it was close.
Oh, that was close. Yeah, I mean, this is probably the right. Wow. Second time through the order, man.
Yeah, not great. Not great, guys. Pretty frustrating. Like, genuinely annoyed. But, you know, it is what it is.
That's, I mean, a 23-year-old Yankee Stadium elimination game.
I actually don't, like, all of these hits are pretty soft, relatively speaking. Yeah. Like, you know.
That last one was soft. The other one went past the diving shortstop.
Right.
Like, another one, I think the one that started it all was like, it landed in the middle of 3 outfielders converging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it's pretty frustrating. But it is what it is. Hold on, I'm just answering a quick email while we were talking. That's fine.
Yeah,
brutal.
There was a lot of misplays, but hey, that's playoff baseball.
Yeah, you give up 4 runs in the fourth. I do wonder if the Sox can get 2 back here in the fifth, you know, against a young pitcher, that could be interesting. There's a lot of game left.
I will listen, Yankee people. 5-0, 5th inning, World Series. Yankees did not win the game. I've seen a lot worse. I've seen crazy things. Yes, very iffy. That is a fact.
Early to Judge. Ooh, hit him. Hit him. Slatton comes in and immediately hits Judge on the wrist.
And now back to, I forget who batted first this inning. It might have been Bellinger. Might have made it all the way around. Oof. Nope.
Got it. Woo! Yankees score 4 in the fourth, unfortunately.
4 on 5 hits, I believe.
5 hits. And an error. Yeah, an error. Pretty brutal. Not ideal. But we are where we are. Sox have 6, 7, 8 coming up. Low, Navarez, Abreu. Hoops, do appreciate you. Thank you, buddy.
Hope both your teams win. Yeah, that'd be something. That'd be
it's not possible, but it is what it is. Kaylin, I may have to take a second and pick someone up downstairs, but that won't be for a couple minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
We do appreciate your hoops. A brutal inning for Connolly early. Not how we expected to end his night tonight, but honestly, he pitched well, all things considered.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, he's a rookie, so it's a big step up from 10,000 seats to be in Yankee Stadium in Game 3 of the wild card.
One sec. And here we go. Sorry, I'm returning a DM here. Doing a little bit of everything, folks. Trap, you're telling me, man. It is what it is. But
apart from like once or twice, all I know is pain with the teams I root for.
Slowly on his 60th pitch here, top of the fifth. Already got the 0-1 count on low. That's a base hit. Sinai single for low. That's a third base hit. Given up by Schlittler. Inside. Could Navarez do some damage here? That would be great. I would love that. Deeply enjoy it, Carlos Navarez summer here.
Yep.
Outside.
Where'd the Sox rank in like homers hit amongst the league?
Middle of the pack offensively.
Yeah.
They've very much been diamond dink this year outside.
I think I saw a stat like there. Is it true that outfield has like 35 total homers?
Post Roman Anthony, it's been brutal. 4-0 feels insurmountable for this lineup right now, to me.
Yeah, I mean these are.
I don't disagree with Cora.
That's just tough for the Rook.
Yeah. For the regular season, for what it's worth, to your question, Sox were 15th, literally middle of the pack.
Literally middle.
Eighth in RBIs, though.
They know how to core a baseball right there. They know how to.
Now, this is a team that kind of scraps and claws to score runs.
Yep.
But, you know, those numbers do include Devers. They include Roman Anthony.
Yep.
You know, so it's all relative. Got him.
Got him.
This is probably Schlittler's last inning, I would guess. But he's only at 57 pitches.
I could see Boone getting. I mean, Boone was quick to pull Fried in game 1.
You think Boone gets greedy here? Tries to give him an extra inning?
I mean, he hasn't. Have the Red Sox gotten anyone in like real scoring position? Like I'm trying to ride Schlittler with the bullpen. How they played, I'm trying to ride Schlittler.
Only 3 hits through 5 and a third.
Yeah, like I'm trying to get squeeze as much out of him as possible.
If Abreu can get on here, I think things get interesting. Like if you can get runners on first and second at about 70 pitches, then I think you're in like an intriguing spot.
I don't think anyone's warming though. So
no, I'm just saying like process wise.
Oh, for your yeah, absolutely.
Outside, got him.
Oh.
And 99 on the corner.
7K.
Damn Schlittler making himself a legend in Yankee lower. Can Romy be the hero? Romy has been anywhere from a cleanup hitter to hitting ninth. So, like, you know, he can hit second, he can hit fourth, he can hit ninth for you. Would love a double here from Romy. Got to get him to chase for the curve. Outside. Oh. 1-2 count. Cam's having himself a night. Can he finish? 98. Got a little aggressive with it. Two count. Base hit. There we go, Romy. Runners on first and second now. Just went Oppo.
I believe it flips the order now, right?
Yep.
Back
Third time through the order.
Back to Duran.
If I am Aaron Boone here, I think you start to think about what you want to do here.
For sure.
And if Duran can do some damage here,
yeah,
it'd be helpful.
Yep.
Durant fouls it off again, 98. They went 98, 98, both high on the outside part of the plate. Close to the middle, frankly. But
yeah,
got him 0-2. Now he has gone high fastball on these lately.
yep.
On 0-2 counts. His last three, that's what he's done. He's gone high fastball to get you to chase. I wonder if he goes with something off speed, like a sinker.
Seems like that's what it'd be setting up here.
Duran inside. Oh. They called him.
Oh,
I don't think he went 100 miles on the inside part of the plate. They're saying he went. I don't think he went. I'd love to see a replay.
Yeah, are they not? Is that?
I mean, that is brutal.
Did not look.
Not ideal.
It's huge for Schlittler to get out of that.
It is massive for Schlittler. Yeah, I mean, Trap, we're going to get a replay on the backside of this. I'm checking Twitter to see if we can get a replay here.
If someone's...
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Let's see. Latest. Let me see if the ESPN play-by-play has that. Box score. They do not. Actually, let me check the Gamecast. It does not show it. So we're going to see this in a second. Oof. 8 strikeouts to 5 scoreless, man. And this might be Jarren Duran's final game as a Red Sox, for what it's worth. Because he is, I think, let me see if he is a. There have been rumors about him getting traded last year. There is a club option on him. But let's see if they replay it. Plus 1,300 for the Sox, huh? Standing deep. Deep is part of the ballpark. A lot of ballpark, that's out. Did we see a fucking replay on that Duran swing?
That looked really close. The fact that they're not seems a little nuts.
Nothing? Popped out again.
See, this is what
we go 1, 2, 3 here.
All these just burst pitch, trying to swing for the moon.
All right, I found a replay. And I'm going to put it in chat, and then we'll play it at the next possible opportunity. Can Slatton get the K here? Five pitches already is 2 outs.
All these first pitches fly outs, man.
I don't think he went. We're going to wait till the next batter, and then we'll show it. But
it looked really close in real time.
fouls it off again. One-two count. Rosario at the dish. Slatton throws it super high. 2-2 count. Slayton gets the K.
That's a quick inning for Boston.
All right, so let's play this real quick because I firmly don't believe that. I mean, it doesn't really matter ultimately, but man, a brutal check swing here. We'll go full screen. How did he win?
Yes, he did.
I just don't think he went.
Did he go? Yes,
That's
he
not
did.
Did he argue it at all? Did Cora come out?
Did he go? Yes,
Dude,
he did.
That's not close, man. That's a brutal call.
I'm surprised the ESPN didn't show the side camera for that.
Yeah. Ooh, Ramona Shelburne got a little news here. That's intriguing. I've heard this from other people. Like Ramona is not the first person to say this. That there were other people in the room as far as aspiration goes. That the aspiration questions that want to be asked at media day. So I'm not entirely surprised, but it is interesting.
That whole story is wild. And like the implication to that.
Yeah.
What the investigation would reveal.
I mean, I think Pedro, I would say that the thing that Pablo's done that's like pretty interesting, relatively speaking, is it took 7 months of work just to reveal the first set of circumstances. And ever since then, it's just been an avalanche of detail.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
Whitler still out there?
Still out there. Man, Boone is setting himself up. That's gonna be a base hit.
He's gotta start thinking about someone else now.
Yeah. Look, if the Sox can get once again, like you get four runs to the line, but if you can cut it to 4-2, all of a sudden it's a brand new ball game. Breggy hasn't been great the last 2 months, but see if he can get a spark. First half of the year, Bregman was unbelievable.
A Yankee killer going back to his Astro days.
Jazz, nope.
God.
Oh. Volpe makes a great play. I don't know if he got
What?
there.
What's that?
Let's see.
What is that throw from Jazz?
He got there.
Got that, but Jazz had
Oh, and he nearly lost it too. You see the baseball almost popped out of the glove.
Jazz had time too.
Shooting has been fantastic against Schlittler tonight. Look where the baseball is.
Yep. Oh my God.
Story's got some speed. I can see him trying to run a little bit here.
Absolutely.
0-2 count, though. Ishida is 2 for 2 tonight. Going for his 9th K. Got him.
Oh. Dial it up. 97. 9 Ks for Schlittler.
Brutal. Nearly through 6. He's got 9 Ks. 84 pitches.
Fernando Cruz.
That would suck, Caleb.
What?
He goes through 6, and then the bullpen blows it.
Well, that's what happened to Fried.
Yeah.
All of his hard work. It was undone in one at bat, a couple at bats. Forget innings.
Outside, 92. I think they're going to go.
The difference in game 1 was a 1-run lead.
I would guess this is his last hitter, one way or another, at 86.
Yeah, I doubt Boone brings him out for the 7th if he gets out of this.
Five and 2/3, 2-1 count. We fouled off 2-2. 55,000 in Yankee Stadium on their feet. With a young Yankee pitcher from Boston. Can he get strikeout 10? Got it.
Yeah.
Strikeout 10. James Schlittler, have yourself a night.
What a debut for the young buck.
This is how you make your playoff impact. All right. I'm running downstairs for a second to go get this stupid food. This is supposed to be here, but we shall see. Got like 50 text messages right now. That's great. Cool. My local friend's giving me shit about the Yankees winning. I'll be right back, Kalen. You can take over the broadcast. You got this. Be right back.
Gotta do. I'll hold it down. All right. Yeah, I mean this playoffs. I don't know if you watched the Cubs game. That's what a lot of the Cubs hits looked like too. There's a lot of weakly hit balls that just found holes through. But oh yeah, Dansby Swanson put on a clinic of defense. That was very impressive. And I've always liked Dansby going back to his Atlanta days. So it was nice to see him flash the glove out there. But yeah, listen. Game hasn't been great so far, this one, but Yankee bullpen is more than capable of letting Boston get back into it. I don't know when. There's gonna be an inning, at least one inning, of like high stress at some point. It is. It's a lot. But 5 runs was a lot for the Dodgers last year, and things happened in 1/2 inning. And new pitcher up. It is Mets to Jazz Chisholm. And there's a base hit. So the leadoff man on here for New York. The Tigers re-signed Skubal. I mean, they should, but I don't know if they will. He is still mad he was benched, but this is what you do when you're benched. You don't pout. You go out there and you do it so Boo never benches you again. That's what you do. He is going to cost an arm or a leg, but he's totally worth. $95 on the sinker, and it's 1-2. Won't be using the torpedo bat. I picked the Cubs. Trap. I'm in that pick'em with some friends, and I have the Cubs coming out of the NL. That's a dark horse. That's what I did. Will it happen? I don't know. But that's what I picked. Here's Wells. Really struggled offensively second half of the year. And that's going to be 2. There's the first. Oh, and there's a throwaway. And Wells will go to second. That is not what you need. You're Boston right there. That's, I mean, yeah, I've been looking back at it. Wells would have beaten it out. But now Wells is in scoring position as the lineup turns over to Grisham. The 0-1 outside. Oh, that's a close one. Call the ball. Yeah, Trent, you definitely don't want to have to pitch to Aaron Judge with what would be 2 men on. And it looks like you won't have to, as the fly up will be caught by Bregman. And we're through 6. Yankees. 9 outs from a divisional round matchup with Toronto. Let's go. Listen, I picked New York, but I did not feel great about it. Especially after game 1. But give them credit. They've played, and as opposed to the Yankees not needing the long ball to score some runs. Usually the only way this team can score is the long ball. But that's what you do. You get traffic on the base pads. Just get hits. Move them over. There's probably a homer. I don't know who either. Crochet was unbelievable game 1. I mean, I think Stanton. I mean, he was this close to 1 already. I don't see Judge getting a homer today. He's had a good start to these playoffs, man. Hitting 500, 4 singles. What do you think about the Padres trading for Miller? I am a little less. I'm not as well followed around MLB as I am like the NBA or the NFL. But listen, Miller, he threw that. He's the one that threw that 104-mile-an-hour pitch, right? Yeah, I mean, that's tough for the Padres. Their bullpen. You want to talk about elite bullpens? Ooh, good out there. Apparently, he started off as a starter in the minors. That's why it's brutal for the Padres. Like, the bullpen was every bit as good as advertised in the Cubs series. And the offense just couldn't help them out. So they're still in the game. I just realized that. Now he's 6.1 innings in. And this is huge for the Yankee bullpen. If he can get through the seventh, showing confidence in your rookie, and he is still throwing 99s. What a debut up to this point for Schlittler. Oh. Huge game. What a time for your first 10+ K game, young man. What a time. He is the strikeout guy of this starting pitching rotation. Back speed was unbelievable, but he is the induce weak contact guy. As this should be caught, and it is. That's 2 outs. Schlittler came into this throwing gas, and he is still just pumping out 98, 99-mile-an-hour fastballs. You talk about the weakness that is the bullpen. At this point, they only need 7 outs. I fully anticipated Schlittler getting like 5.1 innings, maybe 6. We're almost at 7. As he blows that fastball by Abreu. It's the first off speed in a while. Getting ahead in the counts early has really helped Schlittler out in his playoff debut. 2-1 to Abreu. We are nearing the 100 pitch plateau. The 2-1. Long and a miss. And they are on their feet in the Bronx. Schlittler pitching himself into the Pantheon in his playoff debut. And 11 for the kid. Let's go, man. What a debut for Boston's own And that's gotta sting a little bit more. You wonder if his family is. If there's a part of them that is a little in pain watching their kid do that. What a debut for Schlittler. My chat is blowing up. Oh yeah, that's right. My roommate lives pretty close to the Yankees affiliate, the Somerset Patriots, and he went and saw Schlittler 3 months ago. So he's pretty psyched. He's pretty psyched about that. It's pretty cool. I think he took a picture with him, if I'm not mistaken. And just 3 short months later, watching him do this. It's about time one of my damn teams brings me happiness in the short term. And maybe it's turning around. Jackson Dart wins his debut. Knicks start up in a month. Tune into the NBA bit, as I'm sure there's going to be content pumping out over here. And assuming no shenanigans become afoot in these last 2 innings, Yankees are going to across the border this weekend. It was actually good. Me and my buddies were also potentially looking at tickets to the DS if the Yankees moved on. So hopefully they finish it off here. And now, here we go. Bottom of the 7th. What a debut for the Yankee rookie. Here we go. Let's throw some more runs. Put some more runs on the board. Why not? Why the hell not? Here's Weiser pitching to Judge. Welcome back.
Sorry. That was annoying. Everyone was like, oh, yeah, this person's here. He did not come for a full 10 to 15 minutes. Really great.
As I was saying, how about Cam Schlittler?
10 Ks, huh? Home. The kid from Walpole.
What a debut. His first game at any level, getting 10 Ks.
That's crazy.
What a time. What a time to pull that out of the bag.
First rookie to strike out 8 hitters in a winner-take-all game. Judge pops it up. By the way, FYI, I don't know if you heard, sounds like Mac Jones got hurt in the Rams game.
Oh, no. God. The Niners are either healthy or literally everyone gets hurt.
They're the most injured team in the league by far.
That's unbelievable. And he was dealing.
Yeah, Mac was dealing tonight and then went down grabbing his knee in the last 10 minutes or so.
Oh, no. Who's their third string quarterback?
Adrian Martinez. Oh, Bellinger comes up lame.
Oh, God. I thought he was a Jet. I think he was a Jet at some point.
Ken Weissert and the inning here with minimal damage. We go to the 8th. Going up against Big G.
How did Bellinger get hurt?
Just came up lame on that ground out. Here's the injury to Mac, for what it's worth. I'll put the full thing in chat. Got him.
That sucks for Mac.
Then bounced off. Another ground ball. 1, 2, 3, and we're heading to the 8th. Can the Yankees close this thing out? 6 outs to go to advance to the ALCS.
It's huge for that Schlittler went 7 for this bullpen.
Mac is apparently back in the game for what it's worth.
That's good for them. That's good. Because of all my injuries, I picked up Kendrick Bourne from waivers, and he's got 7 catches for a 105 in that game.
Did you start him?
I did.
Oh, wow. It's a bold choice.
Dude, my injuries were crazy. I had CeeDee Lamb get hurt from the.
Did you have Lamb and Neighbors?
Luckily, no. I had Lamb and Terry McLaurin, though, who wasn't great to start the year, and now he's been hurt the last 2 weeks. And my other receivers are like Matthew Golden and Jalen Waddle.
Slitler's 11 Ks are the most for a Yankees pitcher in their postseason debut. For what it's worth.
Legendary debut.
Dude, if the Red Sox come back and win this game, oh boy.
I will feel so bad for that game. It would take something pretty special. If there's any team that I could see giving it up, it's Aaron Boone's Yankees. No, he's still out there?
Still out there?
Good sign.
Look at Aaron Boone managing with his gut.
Where the hell was this in game one with your $200 million ace?
To be fair, he's up 4-0. There is an element of being like, you know what, let the kid finish it, right?
True.
Like
By defeat.
the worst case scenario, right, is maybe he gives up a single and then a homer, and then you take him out, right? And then it's 4-2. Then it's kind of an interesting game. But he's about to get his 12K.
He is still blowing those fastballs by. He's in some kind of zone right now.
One, two count. Got him.
There's 12.
There's 12.
A dozen. This is up there with like best starting pitching performance of the whole wild card.
105 pitchers, man.
With
Who needs a bullpen?
right? This is up there with Google's game, with what Crochet did.
Got it.
Oh!
And he went up and over.
Oh, McMahon's in there. That's Ryan McMahon and Bellinger.
McMahon just pulled a
Jeter-esque. A Jeter, yeah. That's just what I was thinking.
The Red Sox did not look to catch in. They're like, no. Oh.
Oh, my God. What a way to come into the game. You're on the bench the whole night. That's your first action.
They said, oh, no, it's going to be a ground out.
Oh. What?
1, 2, 3.
8 innings.
You might do a complete game. He might get a complete game shutout. I think Boone just told him he's done now.
I think so. I was gonna say Boone. I don't think. If his pitch count was like 10 pitches lower, then maybe.
Could you imagine if they lose this year? 8 innings. That's one of the best
I would
rookie performances ever.
If they give the ball to like I don't even know who's gonna get the ball now. If any of them, if they give it to Devin Williams and he just goes full Devin.
Brutal. Yeah, my guess is he's done. 8 innings pitched. If it is 8 innings pitched, 5 hits, 12
Jeff
Ks,
Passan.
107
just-
pitches, 75 are strikes.
Yep. And I think it is. Jeff Passan just tweeted his night is over. No walks as well. 12 Ks, no walks.
And watch him fall. So Chapman's going to come in here. Interesting.
Sense. Yeah. I was gonna say this is where you bring in Paul Goldschmidt, pinch hit for I think Rice.
Chapman 98 on the corner. Goldschmidt in now.
Yep, he'll go in for
Base hit up the middle.
that's why they this is what they didn't do in game one, where they had that lefty lane for Chapman to mow through the ninth there.
Trap, yes, I'm very mad they raced the Crochet game.
How many Ks did Crochet have in that game? It was also like up there, right?
Oh. One on, no outs. Yankees up 4-0. And the add to it here with McMahon. Chapman gets him to chase a little bit. 0-2. Got him.
Ooh.
There you go, Chappie. Just quickly Googling to see biggest ninth inning comeback ever. So the biggest comebacks in MLB history. Most recently, let's see, 2022. Mariners came back from down 8-1 in the sixth, came back to win at 10-9.
I'm sure the Mets had. I think the Mets had something similar-ish this year, earlier.
So postseason, the biggest comebacks have been ninth inning or later. October 8th, 2022, AL Wild Card Series Game 2, Mariners trailed 8-1 in the ninth, 110-9. October 16th, 2008, Sox trailed 7-0 against the Rays, 187. I was at that game.
I was at that Mariners. Was that the Mariners Blue Jays back?
Yeah, Mariners Blue Jays.
I remember that. Yeah.
0-2 count. Jazz Chisholm. Got him.
He did such a renaissance in Boston as Chapman.
Chapman. Oh, just outside. I had no warming up, by the way.
Well, that's the one arm I trust coming out of there.
Well, you think they didn't think they'd go Luke Weaver in the ninth?
I mean, that's what they did last year. Worked out pretty good. He's just not. He just hasn't been the same since he came off of IL. Will be Bednar's third day in a row pitching.
Got him.
All right.
Chapman goes 1-2-3 after giving up a leadoff hit. Can Boston save their season here in the ninth against Bednar? Red Sox have 3, 4, 5 coming up, though. Man, it'd be great. Just to cause a little damage here, you know.
Just make them sweat it. Make me sweat it.
A little bit. It'd be fun to see just a little bit of sweat, you know, just to be like, oh, you know, two-run homer by Yoshida, and all of a sudden it's a 4-2 game, and then things get real fun.
What, like Pacers game 1? It all goes to shit.
3 outs for the season.
Trap asked that earlier. You think the Tigers re-sign Scooble?
Oh, Jay Smooth. That's a good question. By the way, Jay Smooth, do you want a VIP access? I can give you a VIP real quick. I can see him leaving. Tarek. Let me see who Tarek Schoolball's agent is real quick. Oh,
It's Boris.
it's Boris. Yeah, he leaving. So here's the thing with Scott. Here's the thing with Scott. So Scott's such a unique dude in that he always takes his guys to free agency, and he will wait till the last second to sign.
Yep.
So this, I would guess that Scooble's out.
I think he's also got Pete Alonso is a Boris Klein as well, right?
Yep. Pete's gone. He's already said he's
already
exercised.
opted out.
So Bednar, third time in 3 nights. That's just outside, but got it. 77 on the corner. Yeah, and it's an ownership group that does not historically pay. And while it is an old family group, it is relatively new ownership, if that makes sense. Mike Ilitch, who was the previous owner, passed away a couple of years ago. And current owner is Chris. The Red Sox can definitely afford him, and they might do it too.
I don't think
Between him and Bregman, those are going to be the two guys are going to look at. Outside got him. Ooh, got lucky.
Basically, I don't think the Yankees are going to give out another pitching contract.
I don't think the Mets are going to do it. I think the Red Sox would love to fortify their pitching a little bit here. And if they could get a 1-2 of Crochet and Scooble.
That's one hell of a first. Hell of
I could
a
also see the
playoff.
Giants stepping in as well, by the way. Ooh.
Yes.
Get the walk. Trap, it's a good question on Schwarber. That's another team Boston has been linked to. Or another player Boston has been linked to. We'll see on Schwarber.
I don't think the Yankees will pay him because they don't really need more starting pitching.
That's a crazy stat.
Oh, what did it say? I was looking at chat.
First pitcher in MLB history to have that particular stat line.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Bellinger. I'd like to bring him back. I think the Mets would try to get him.
That's going to be 2. If at least gets 1.
Guys, again, with the ball to the dirt.
Yeah, Alonso was like, I am out of here, which does not.
I mean, rightly so. The year he had. Now it'll be interesting to see what the market is for,
particularly given his age,
with a 30-whatever-year-old first baseman. That was the thing last year. Boris waited up with Alonso last year. He ultimately went back to the Mets, but
the Dane. Oof. Now, 0-2 here. Getting Bednar. KM here. Get the Red Sox down to their last out. Got him.
Got him. One more. Let's go.
Sox 7, last out of the year, down 4. Can Bednar close them out and secure a legacy game for Schlittler? Low, the midseason pickup. Can Lowe give him some life? Great pitch, 78, right down the middle. Popped up, down the line. It's still fair. No, it's foul. Yankees are going to advance.
That's it.
4-0 win. Huge pitching performance from Cam Schlittler. Historic. The Yankees win 4-0. A disappointing end of the season for the Red Sox. Yankees advance to go play the Blue Jays. That game will be on Thursday?
Saturday?
Or on there's day after tomorrow, so it's going to be Saturday.
Yeah.
Game 1.
Will, what's up, buddy?
Fuck you, Will.
What's up, Will?
Fuck you, Will.
Let's go, baby. Things are turning around. Jackson Dart. Yankees moving on.
It's all right. It's fine. This is fine. Anyway, we're going to finish up there. Appreciate y'all. Peace.